All right, everyone. So at Fanatics Fest in New York, WWE's president Nick Khan gave his thoughts on the current Bloodline storyline and Roman Reigns. So this is what he said: "It's the gift that keeps on giving to the fans. You've seen with Triple H and creative Roman what everybody has done together. One thing leads to another, and it keeps on living at a high level. We are really proud of that." And he knocks this out of the park 100%. This Bloodline storyline, it is crazy because obviously Paul Heyman at this same event said, "I think it's only in the third inning, right? This Bloodline storyline, which is crazy because of how long it's already existed, right? This storyline has already existed for years, and now we feel like we're just getting started, right? We feel like there's so much more you could do with it, and it's really just going down as one of the greatest of all time. It really is. Like people go back to Steve Austin and Vince, and part of the reason that storyline was so great was because it had, I mean, this one has even surpassed that length of time, really. But I mean, unless you count like him stunning Vince at WrestleMania a few years ago, in that case, certainly Austin McMahon was longer. But if you count like the Attitude Era version of it, I mean, man, that thing was going on forever, and it was just all these new creative ways that WWE would have Austin get screwed, or Vince would do this, or Vince would do that, and it created this thing that fans. I mean, it main evented all of these different pay-per-views, and now with this version of the Bloodline, I mean, it's going to be main eventing WrestleManias. It main evented back to back WrestleManias. Will likely main event this coming WrestleMania. Has already main evented a bunch of different pay per views in between. I mean, what else can you say about a storyline? I mean, how else can you determine that this storyline is a big deal? And the beauty of it is that it really isn't relying on one or two guys. Now, don't get me wrong. Cody Rhodes, right, being kind of the guy against the bloodline, relies on him. You need him. Roman Reigns, I get it. You need him. He's a key part of the bloodline. Without him, it all probably doesn't work out as well. Paul Heyman, he's a big addition to this whole thing, right? And now you have the new guys. But the point is that even though those guys are involved, as long as you just keep them in the company, as long as people know they're still a part or going to be a part, you can add in all of these different wrestlers and you could build up their characters, right? And this is the big reason that this is such a success is that it's building big events and it's taking, I mean, think about all the guys in the new version of the bloodline right now, right? You have all these new wrestlers who are newer to WWE audiences. And think about at the end of this, there's a chance that more stars are created from this, right? There's a chance that Solo and Jacob Fatu and, just everybody becomes somewhat of a bigger star just because they're part of this bloodline storyline. And that is I mean, you think back to one like Evolution. Remember Evolution? You had Randy Orton, Triple H, Ric Flair, and Dave Batista, right? Batista. Now, to be fair, at the time, Triple H and Ric Flair were already massive stars, so you can't say, "Oh, Evolution built them." But those two being a part of Evolution built two more stars, right? Dave Batista goes on to become a champion and is a big, big name in WWE. Randy Orton, to this day, is still a big name in WWE and got his start in Evolution. So you look at that and you go, man, this bloodline thing, it could really build some stars and it's giving WWE just fantastic, fantastic TV and the fans are loving it. So thank you all for watching and we will see you next.